Trust me, bro. The name you know.
Welcome back to Unlocking the Future, your go-to source for the tech shaping our tomorrow.
Shaping our tomorrow, that's right.
We've got something pretty big to unpack today.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Something that could change how we think about and use something we all interact with every day.
Makes you think, what could that be?
Money.
Money, the lifeblood of, well, pretty much everything.
And that's precisely what we're diving into today. Central Bank Digital Currencies.
CBDCs, you know they're all the buzz right now.
For a good reason, I think.
Imagine your cash, but digital, issued and backed by, who else? Your country's central bank.
So, like digital cash. But we kind of already do that, right? Like with Apple Pay and Google Wallet and all those.
You're right, we do. But CBDCs are a bit different. Think of it this way. With Apple Pay, you're still using good old bank money, just digitized.
Okay, I'm with you.
With the CBDC, you're holding a direct claim on the central bank, just like physical cash. Digital dollar bills, euros, yen, you name it.
Okay, so it's like the central bank is issuing digital versions of their currency directly to people.
Directly. Cutting out the middleman in a way.
Fascinating. But how does this all work? Is blockchain always involved?
Good question. A lot of countries exploring CBDCs, they're looking at blockchain as the foundation.
Blockchain, the tech we hear about for cryptocurrencies.
It's like imagine a digital ledger, a record of all transactions, and it's spread across loads of computers, making it tamper-proof, transparent, the whole shebang.
Okay, I'm starting to see why that would be appealing.
Appealing is putting it lightly. It uses cryptography, you know, that super strong digital encryption, to secure everything.
So that's where the tamper-proof bit comes in.
Exactly. And with the ledger being distributed, like not in just one place, it's way harder for those pesky hackers to cause trouble.
That's good, because we hear about crypto hacks all the time.
All the time, yeah. But there's more. Blockchain has this thing called smart contracts. Imagine agreements baked right into the code. They execute automatically when conditions are met.
Hold on. So with a CBDC, I could program my money to pay my bills automatically.
Automatically. Or even donate to charity each time you buy your morning coffee.
Whoa.
And it's already happening in some places. China, for example, they've launched the eCNY.
eCNY. That's China's digital currency, right?
Yep. They're integrating it into everyday life. In Beijing, you can use it to pay for public transport. Hop on the bus, tap your phone, boom, paid with digital yuan.
That's incredibly convenient.
Super convenient, but
There's a but.
there are always buts. Think about it. With China's eCNY, the government has a lot of control.
True. It's centrally controlled, which could raise some privacy concerns.
Exactly. Potential for surveillance, tracking spending habits. Not ideal for everyone.
Definitely something to consider. Are there other examples maybe where these concerns aren't as prominent?
There are. The Bahamas, they've got the sand dollar. It was actually the first CBDC to become legal tender.
Really? The first?
The first. And it's been amazing for financial inclusion. People who don't have traditional bank accounts can now use it to participate in the digital economy.
Wow, that's a huge deal.
Huge! Think about it globally. CBDCs could bring millions into the financial system.
It sounds like they could really level the playing field.
They could. And there are other fascinating examples. Sweden's looking at the e-krona.
Sweden. They're pretty advanced with digital payments already, aren't they?
Very much so. Their idea is to offer an alternative to physical cash, which is becoming less popular there. And then there's India with the digital rupee.
Interesting. What's their goal with that?
Streamlining those essential goods subsidy payments, making sure people get the help they need quickly and efficiently.
Wow, so many different approaches. It sounds like CBDCs could really shake things up in the world of finance. What would you say are the main advantages?
Well, financial inclusion is a big one, as we've talked about. Then there's the potential for things to become much more efficient, cheaper and faster transactions, particularly for cross-border payments.
Now that would be a game changer. No more waiting ages for international transfers to go through.
Exactly. No more outrageous fees either.
Sign me up. But let's be real, any new tech, especially dealing with money, has to have some drawbacks, right? What are we looking at?
Of course. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Privacy, like we discussed, is a big one. We need safeguards to protect data and prevent governments from getting a little too nosy.
Right, oversight and checks and balances are crucial. What else?
Security, always a biggie. Any centralized system, it becomes a target for hackers. Strong security is non-negotiable.
Can't argue with that. Anything else that keeps you up at night?
Well, there's the potential impact on banks. How will they adapt in a world where central banks are more directly involved in payments? It's a complex issue.
Definitely a lot of moving parts. So where do you see all this going? What's the future of CBDCs?
That's the question, isn't it? I think the focus right now has to be on tackling those challenges we talked about.
Right, like figuring out how different CBDC systems can talk to each other.
Exactly, interoperability. And then setting up clear regulations that encourage innovation without risking everything.
Finding that balance, always the key.
It really is. And we need international collaboration. Imagine a global framework for CBDCs.
It feels like we're at a crossroads, where the choices made today will determine the future of money.
No doubt about it. And it's not just about tech, it's about economics, privacy, even national sovereignty in this increasingly digital world.
That's a lot to unpack, and we've only scratched the surface today.
Just the tip of the iceberg, really.
So much to think about. What do you think, listeners? Are you ready for a world of digital cash, issued straight from the central banks? It's a question worth pondering as we continue to unlock the future together. Until next time.